Question number 1, teachers, is eto. Now, a learner wishes to study specific skills in depth. Eto in depth without following a fixed sequence. Without following a fixed sequence. Which principle facilitates this learning approach? Oy. Is it letter A, training allows recognition of prior learning? Or letter B, training is based on work that must be performed? Or letter C, learning is modular in structure? Letter D, assessment is based on the collection of evidence. Hindi ka pa nag-assess, therefore, wala ka pang assessment. Now, did we try to analyze the question? If you're going to analyze the question, teachers, what happened is that you may observe, no? You might observe that we have this, what do we call as studying without following fixed sequence. Meaning, if you are studying without following the sequence mismo, you are trying to learn in a modular way. Learning is modular in its structure. That's the first question of the night. Daming nabudol ah. Okay? So if you just happen, kung talagang na ano nyo, no? If you just understand the concept of the 9 principles, this is just a basic question. Good job, Sir King Rondel Laico, no? Ayan, next, let's proceed. Ito, question number 2. The next question talks about ito. A student desires to pace their learning according to their understanding and schedule. Uy, I cannot guide you. I cannot tell you when to complete that because I will not violate the what do we call as the principle of CBT. According to them, gusto ng isang bata, no, na maka-learn based sa kanyang understanding at schedule. Which principle aligns this concept? Very good. At least natuto na yung iba. The answer is individualized at saka self-paced learning. No? Gusto mong sarili mo sundin mo? Okay, good. Hindi po yan problema. As long as dapat by the end of session, makompleto mo lahat ng module. Di ba? So ayan, example sir, March 17. Example ha, March 17 is your assessment date. Si Maria at saka si Jessa ay parehas na nag-aaral, no? Subalit si Maria, since ano siya, very studious siya, everyday siya nag-aaral ng bawat subject, no? Kaya nga makapag-forward na siya ng Gen Ed, Prof Ed, saka Majorship. Habang si Jessa is, since individualized at saka self-paced, no? Si Jessa is ano lang, very kalmado lang siya, no? So, kung schedule niya is day off, dun pa siya mag-study, no? Pero during the board exam, make sure lang na on March 17, si Jess at saka si Maria ay ready na silang dalawa. Bakit? Kung si Maria ay ready, tapos si Jess ay hindi pa, hindi talaga pwede makapag-take si Jessa ng board exam. Bakit? Babagsak na naman siya. Di ba? While si Maria, pwede na siya. Bakit, sir? Nakapasa na natapos niya na lahat yung module natin. No? That is the concept between the individualized and self-paced. Walang mag-ano sa'yo, walang mag-instruct sa'yo, tapusin mo yan, mamadali mo yan, wala. No? That is on the CBT principle. Okay, next, ito. An instructor designs a curriculum with clear objectives tied to a specific skills needed in the industry. Which principle does this practice reflect? The instructor daw designs a curriculum with clear objectives tied to specific skills needed ng isang industry. Which principle does this practice reflect? Letter A, the training is based on the on and off job component. Uy, pwede to. Letter A is a potential answer. Letter B, the training materials are directly related to the competency standard curriculum module. Pwede letter B. Letter C, assessment is based on the collection, hindi ka nag-a-assess. The training allows multiple entry and exit, hindi naman siya nag-stop along the way. No? Hindi naman siya nag-stop along the way. Ang concern lang ng instructor dito is yung curriculum design niya is with regards to specific skills na kinakailangan ng isang industry. Therefore, what is the best answer there? Very good, Ma'am Danisa Kalub. No? Tess Mag-aso Ellen Lloren, the answer there is letter B. The training materials are directly related to the competency standards and the curriculum modules. Next question for tonight. Eto, next question. A learner seeks validation for skills acquired through previous experiences. Kapag dito pa lang teacher, so alam mo na yung sagot. Hanggang dyan lang, alam mo na yung sagot. RPL yan. Validation of skills, RPL yan, ha? Kapag validation of skills, it's automatically RPL po yun. Other than that, hindi na po yan. The answer there is alpha. Ito. A learner wants to advance in their career by acquiring new skills. Which principle best explains the situation? Oy, sige daw. Tingnan ko nga yung, yung analysis niyo sa principles. So learner daw, gustong mag-advance sa kanilang career by acquiring new skills. Which principle best explains this? Letter A, the learning is modular in structure. Pwede. No? Pwede letter A eh. Training is based on work that must be performed. Hindi siya pwede. The training allows multiple and exit. Walang hindi siya nag-say na mag-stop eh. Then, training delivery is individualized and self-paced. Pwede. Let's go back to the question. The learner wants to advance in their career by acquiring new skills. Gusto niyang mag-advance daw. Learning is modular structure or individualized and self-paced. Which of them kaya best fit the question? Letter? Very good. That is letter D. Bakit, sir? Kapag learning is modular in structure, ang isang unit of competency na-divide siya in different modules. Yun po yung target ng letter A na question. Ang target naman ng letter D na choice, no? Ang target naman letter D na choice is that yung bata pwede niyang magbilis, no? Mapabilis ang kanyang pag-aaral o pwede naman siyang chill lang sa pag-aaral, 'di ba? That is individualized at saka self-paced learning. Ito, gusto niyang mag-advance. O sige, bilisan mo, self-paced, ang bilis ng iyong sarili. Okay? Next po tayo. Ito. Which should not be done when giving feedback to the candidate? Oops, i-highlight nyo nga po yung not. Bakit? This is a sign of negation. The statement that is negative. Again, ano ang hindi dapat gawin kapag magbibigay ng feedback, di ba? Letter A, discuss agreement or disagreement with the decision. Pwede. Focus on the task that the candidate wasn't able to perform so that he or she will perform, will improve. Pwede din. No? Letter C. Inform the candidate of your proposed final decision. Pwede. Letter D. Start by asking the candidate to judge him or her or to judge how he or she performed. What's the best answer here? If you're going to take a look on this one, these are all correct. Pero yung talagang pinakahumila sa tanong na ano ang dapat hindi gagawin is si letter B. Bakit? Why letter B? Talking about feedback. Kapag teachers, when you give feedback, it should be a sandwich method. Positive, negative, positive. Always use this formula in giving the feedback. Pasok na pasok, dito. Positive, negative, and positive. The question is that No, I mean, the choice is only focusing on wasn't able. Hindi ka, ito is a negative. You did not focus on the positive and tinapos mo ng positive. Correct? Negative only, kumbaga. Sabi ni Mary Ann, di ba? Negative only. Therefore, the best answer here is letter B. Focus on the task the candidate was not able to perform. Good job. Eto, an individual is being assessed with their own proficiency in a certain skill for beginning a training module. Which principle supports this approach? Ito an individual is being assessed with their own proficiency in a certain skill before beginning a training module. Which principle does this approach? Ano to? What principle is that? Okay, what principle is that? Very good. King Rondel Laiko. RPL. RPL po yun. Bakit? Diba? Bakit RPL, sir? Ito, assessed with their own proficiency and certain skills before beginning. Before beginning here is simply prior learning. Diba? Prior learning. No? Yan lang po. The answer is letter B. Training allows the recognition of prior learning. Next question, eto. An organization wants to ensure that their training aligns perfectly with industry demands. Okay? Now, which principle ensures this alignment? Ayan. An organization wants to ensure that their training allows perfectly with industry demands. Which principle ensures this alignment? Oy, eto. Eto, meron tayo ditong clue word dito, no? Training aligns perfectly with industry demands. Yan lang po, teachers, ma-eliminate agad si letter C dahil hindi po kayo nag-stop along the way. Ah, eto pa. Sino pa pwedeng eliminate dito? No? Okay, let's eliminate letter C. What what other thing can we eliminate? 'Di ba? Industry demand perfectly aligned with industry demand and standard. Therefore, it should be letter industry standard, competency standard focuses on very good. That is letter A. The training materials, no? Training kasali dito yung tools, yung equipment, yung machineries, yung procedures. Dapat it should meet industry demands. Therefore, kapag industry demands, it should have the competency standard. Bakit? These standards are based on industry standards. Do you get me? Yan po yung pinapahiwatig dito. The best answer here is letter A. Training materials are directly related to the competency standards and curriculum modules. Next question natin, eto. Sir, who? Tao to tao. Who is not involved in the evaluation of the assessment process? Sino ang hindi kasali sa evaluation process natin dito? Is it letter A, assessment center manager? Napakahalaga po ni manager. Kasi kapag walang manager po, hindi po ma-sign po ang inyong letters or inyong documents. Okay, very good. Sabi dito ng isa, letter A, assessment center manager, hindi po siya pwede. Dapat po, kasali po siya doon sa evaluation of the assessment process. Meaning to say, kung assessment process mula sa pag-file hanggang sa assessment date, no? Post-assessment, no? Ayan, no? So, si processing officer po, hindi po siya kasali dito. Bakit? Siya lang po yung kumbaga, teachers eh. Wala po siyang pipirmahan doon, no? Wala po siyang pipirmahan. Bakit? Evaluation to eh. Sa evaluation, andun dapat si assessment center manager. Bakit? Siya yung pipirma, mag-a-attest that the assessment is conducted. Aside from that one is, dapat merong test the representative. Okay? Pinaka-importante talaga si test the rep. Hindi po makapagsimula ang isang assessment kung walang test the representative. Always remember that. No? Anong gagawin ni test the rep, sir? Wala. Mag-observe lang if the assessment is conducted on due process. No? Assessment cannot start without test the representative. Always remember that. What is the work of test the representative? That is to validate and to check and to see if the assessment is carried out with due standards. At yung mahalaga, hindi po mangyayari ang isang assessment kung walang candidate. No? Wala pong evaluation na mangyayari kung walang candidate. Bakit? Sino magte-take ng assessment? That is the candidate. Okay? During the training, ano ang tawag sa mga students? What do you call the students during the training? They are called as, again, during the training. Training po, training. They're called as trainee. On the day of the assessment, anong tawag sa mga trainee natin? They are not anymore the trainees. They are now candidates. Again, sa panahon na nagtitrain pa kayo kung paano gawin yung mga competency, tawag po sa kanila is trainee. Sa araw na mismo na mag-assessment na kayo, magkukuha na kayo ng NC2, tawag na po sa kanila is candidate. Okay? Yan na po yung ating yan po yung ating katawagan pala, no? Next question, the best answer here is processing officer. Next, a learner wishes to demonstrate their skills acquired through prior experience. Which principle is or supports this recognition? Diba? Again, ito prior nga ulit. RPL pa rin yan, sir. No? Marami tong ganitong tanong teachers. No? I want you to master the 9 principles of CBT. Bakit? Doon kasi umiikot yung March at saka September questions. Sa 9 principles of CBT. No? Doon umiikot yung mga tanong pag last March at saka sa September kapag TM concept ang pinag-uusapan natin. No? Next. Ito. Which principle of competency-based curriculum provides the flexibility for learners to join and rejoin training at different stages? Your clue word here is to join and rejoin. Meaning to say, to enter at saka re-enter. Therefore, it's multiple entry exit. That is letter C. The training allows for multiple entry and exit. Again, in terms of multiple entry and exit, kung ano yung COC or competency na hindi mo natapos nun, dun ka na mag-continue. You will never go back to zero. Because always remember that in a CBT principle or in a competency-based training, we always recognize the prior learning. Recognition of prior learning must be done in terms of training. Ito, which is an acceptable reason for an assessor to adjust to a candidate? Which is an acceptable reason? Which of the following is acceptable reason for an assessor to adjust to a candidate? Is it letter A? The candidate has a difficulty in understanding English. Letter B. The candidate has a performance anxiety. Nako, lagot kayo niyan. Letter C. The candidate has a mental block. Or letter D, none of the above. The answer is letter A. Meron tayong tinatawag teachers na allowable allowance. No? In terms of your assessment, tapos yung candidate is hindi siya proficient in speaking English nor can understand fully English questions, that's the time that you are going to adjust bilang isang assessor. And the best way to adjust that language is to use mother tongue. No? So if the candidate has a difficulty of understanding English, you speak it with the mother tongue, but not really straight. Okay? So ayun. Okay? So that's letter A. Ito lang po yun. Pero kapag performance anxiety, it's a symbol na hindi siya prepared. Okay? It's a symbol na hindi pa siya totally ready. Mental block, not totally ready pa rin. The only answer here is letter A. Ito, an industry expert is validating the assessment process for a training program. This best describes a principle that states, ano yan? Si industry expert, isa sa mga gumagawa ng curriculum, no? Nagva-validate siya ng assessment process. So, what principle does that state? Of course, assessment. That's letter B. The assessment is based on the collection of evidence of performance of work to the industry required standards natin. The answer there is letter B. Okay? Next question tayo dito. A learner prefers hands-on experience along with theoretical knowledge. O, eto na yun. Sabi ko kanina, no? A learner prefers hands-on experience along with a theoretical knowledge. Which curriculum supports this idea? Which principle supports this idea? Very good. Ma'am Danisa Kalob, di ba? The answer here is, ito, hands-on. Meaning to say, on the job, and theoretical of the job. Meaning to say, that is letter B. The training is based on the hands-on and off, based on and off the job component. The answer is letter Bravo. Teachers, papasa na ba sa TLE? Hopefully. No? Next, eto. An individual wants their existing expertise acknowledged in a new training program. Okay, wag na. Wag mo lang tapusin yung tanong, sir. Alam mo na yung sagot. Wants their existing expertise to be acknowledged. RPL pa rin yan, sir. Ha? Ang isang trainee gusto niya ma-acknowledge yung kanyang knowledge, that is existing expertise, that is the recognition of prior knowledge. Ito, among the assessor's legal and ethical responsibilities, which entails ensuring that the assessment should not hold back or delay workplace system. Dapat daw hindi magano yung assessor, dapat ano siya, no? Dapat marunong siyang may credibility. At the same time, it should not hold back or delay workplace system. Hindi niya pwedeng ano, no? Hindi niya pwedeng i-interrupt yung system flow, workplace system flow. Which principle, no? Or which legality of the assessor does it fall? Integrity of the assessor, hindi naman yung katauhan ng ano eh. Ito lang naman yung concern dito eh. Dapat yung assessor hindi mag-hold back or delay the workplace system, no? Dapat kung ano yung schedule, dapat susundin niya 'yon. Kung ano mismo yung standard, dapat susundin niya 'yon, no? Iyon po isang legal and ethical responsibility ng isang assessor, and it should follow letter D. Adhere to the quality system, the policy, and the procedures of the workplace. And ito, okay? A learner wants assurance that the training program meets established quality standard. Which principle is this supported? No? A learner wants assurance that the training program meets established quality standards. Di ba? Which principle? Dito tayo nagkakamali. May dalawang sagot dito. No? Sabi ng iba, letter A. Sabi ng isa, letter C. No? Let's try to see. Let's try to analyze the question. Yung learner, one's assurance that the training program meets established, ito pala teachers, oh, the training program meets established quality standards. How to achieve quality standards? How to achieve quality standards? That's letter. Ala, la, 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 ala. No. The answer is, nako, daming ligwak kapag ito yung tanong, nalilito yung lahat. 'Di ba sabi ko, the training program meets established quality standards. Yung Don Mariano College, nasa Region 11, pag pumunta ako sa Region 1, dapat yung certificate ay must be honored pa rin. It should be letter C. Approved training programs are nationally accredited because they have met quality standards. The answer there is letter C, not letter A. Kapag letter A po, focus po siya sa module curriculum natin design, yung training material natin. Now, next. Last question of the night. Eto, an educational institution designs its curriculum in a way that students can join or lead the program at various points. Ito pala ang teachers, oh, join or leave the program. No? Join or leave the program at various points. This simply means that the learning is, or the training allows multiple entry and exit. Okay? So teachers, we will be ending our discussion here tonight up until here, and we are going to continue that one on the next meeting po natin. Okay? So thank you so much teachers for joining to my team tonight, and I hope that hold on, huh? No? I hope that you have learned something